Hey everybody, this is Nikki with Delicate Tension Tarot. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or if you just have a lot of Virgo placements in your chart. We just had Pluto station direct on October 3rd, so there could be finally some movement forward after a period of possible stresses around going within and dealing with our inner demons, or just the things that we haven't necessarily tackled. It's definitely dipping your toe in the water in terms of exploring the shadow side of the self. So now that we're moving forward out of that, I feel like there can be some real world applications being put into place with what it is that we did discover about ourselves, and hopefully making changes while we're moving forward. I'll talk about that in a minute. I'm just going to tune in and see what it is that I feel and see for you guys. It's really interesting. I feel like I'm hearing breathing, but it's the way that the breath is. It feels quite active, but it's like focusing on your breathing. It does feel like I'm kind of being bombarded with a lot of excess stimuli, almost like somebody's flipping the channel over and over and over again. Maybe that's how you feel. Maybe you're taking in a lot. Maybe it could be a lot of information. It could just be trying to create more movement in your life. Being more active, doing more. So yeah, you might be in a period where you're starting to become more productive. Now, the card that I saw that flipped over in this deck in particular was the Page of Swords. So it could be observing, it could be taking in information. It could be very light, disconnected communication. So maybe you're pulling back into observer mode while you're being active. Maybe you're also being more observant of yourself. I don't know, let's get into it. Keep in mind that this is a general reading. This is for the energies surrounding the period of October 1st to the 15th. We do have a new moon. Wow. We have a full moon in Aries happening on the 13th, I believe. That should be interesting. Wow. I just can't get it together tonight, huh? Let's see, what's happening for Virgo? Okay. Got the Three of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords, so yeah, definitely some activity happening here. Could be more movement either in and out of the home. I feel like you're coming and going. But I do think you are trying to almost chase your happiness here. In whatever way that is. You could be experimenting a lot right now to figure out what it is that does make you happy at this time. I feel like the period of waiting for you are kind of like, not necessarily sitting around, but it's one of those things where, you know, maybe something new got off the ground. Maybe there were certain decisions that you made surrounding that new beginning. And then the 3 was kind of this waiting period to see what was next. And when, I don't know, who knows what came in for you. I'll pull clarifiers on that. But I feel like now that there's kind of been a routine established or stability with the 4, it's kind of moving back into this energy. I feel like this is a loop. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like this literally is a loop. Like it's moving like a clock. So let's see. I almost feel like the next energies I don't even want to put in it. I don't want to put it in the clock. Interesting. 6 of Cups and Queen of Cups. This definitely could be focusing with emotional memories of the past, or it could literally be focusing on children. But now I feel like it's almost as if maybe you are, because in this energy she's looking at her cup. This is definitely her cup. There is a lid on it though, so I feel like she understands how to keep her emotions to herself. The cup is hers and no one else's. She knows when to share, and she also knows that she can't put anybody else's emotions in that cup except for her own. Now this could be memories coming up from the past surrounding your own childhood, and maybe reflecting on certain things that feel similar at this time with you. It almost feels like, who knows, maybe you see like this weird, because now I want to move this down. I'm going to line it up. Yeah, I definitely think if you're not focusing on your breathing, I think you need to be focusing on your breathing. I feel like that would help a lot. Especially if you're experiencing moments of maybe doing more than usual, or just maybe in this essence of feeling this distraction, or just feeling like this wheel is spinning. Maybe you just need to breathe to like maintain your composure in the process. But I feel like with this focus of the past, maybe noticing a certain cycle. I feel like too, this Knight of Swords, because it's an energy that definitely sticks out of the rest of the reading. I mean, it could be somebody coming in from like externally, but I feel like this is a really interesting energy that's popped up within you. This could also be frantically moving through memories of the past, or it could be frantically moving through the cycle. Maybe you're trying to cut certain things out of your life, or just cut certain behaviors or thought processes out involving the past and the current cycle that you're in now. Maybe you're detaching from your emotions at this time in order to do that. Because we do have the 8 of Swords in reverse here, so I feel like you're tired of feeling stuck, or you just don't want to be stuck or confined in that thought process anymore. It's almost as if you don't want to be stuck in that loop. Let's clarify the 3 of Wands here, please. There's that Page of Swords energy. I think, like I said, even though you might be in observer mode and kind of just observing what's happening around you, maybe part of it is observing these cycles. But I also think with the Page of Pentacles there, you're observing possible new opportunities. This could be real world applications, so it could be new routines. It could be offers coming in from other people. And we have the 10 of Swords. So yeah, I feel like you're ending one chapter of something within life and starting on a brand new phase, brand new chapter. I think too, like I said, maybe you're removing yourself from this energy of going through memories of the past, or maybe taking past situations and applying it to current circumstances. Maybe you know you need to step out of doing that. Because because this is different. Knight of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, you're looking at cycles. And like I said, I do think you need to understand that this is different. I think you need to understand that this has an opportunity to grow and go in a different direction than maybe whatever past circumstance it is you're looking at. We have the Fool card, so that does require you to take a leap of faith in this new cycle in life. Oh, yeah, interesting. So we have the 8 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 2 of Swords reversed, and the Magician. Yeah, I think that this is a lot. This has a lot to do around home. It could do around family as well. I mean, on a more internalized level, we could be looking at happiness, personal satisfaction. But I feel like you do have quite a few cards here that insinuate more than one person. So it's almost like you keep going back and emotionally revisiting something. And it has to do around family, it has to do around the home, or it just has to do around cycles in general. Maybe it's possibly the vision that you had for your own life or your own future. And I think you need to choose, not that you need to choose, I think you've already made this choice, because 2 of Swords in reverse is the choice has been made. So I think you've chosen to take matters into your own hands with the Magician and really step into that idea and that concept that you create this reality, you create this story. You have a choice to either repeat this cycle or change it. And I think you're choosing to change it. Because once again, we have 8 of Swords on the bottom of the deck in reverse. So you're choosing to step out of maybe feeling stuck within those cycles or feeling stuck within those thought processes that aren't healthy for you. And then we have the World card. Yeah. Closing out major cycles. I mean, really stepping into a brand new way of living, or at least knowing that you want this next chapter, this next cycle in your life to be totally different. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards here. 9 of Cups, beautiful. Page of Wands, good news might be on the way, or news that makes you feel very satisfied. This also could be, you have a lot of pages here, so it's either invitations from different types of people, or it's just these new experiences or new feelings that you're having around this new phase in life. Because pages often are kind of starting out, they're adventurers in their own right. They're like children, right? They approach the world with a sense of wonder. They know they need to study in order to learn and grow. Emperor. Five of Wands. Okay. 7 of Swords. Yep. 2 of Pentacles. And we have Sun, 8 of Swords, Ace of Cups. Interesting. And Queen of Cups once again on the bottom of the deck. Now it's quite possible that while you're content, whatever this news is that comes in, excuse me, there might be conflicting energies where decisions have to be made, or it's quite possible that more information needs to be discovered around something before making a choice. There also could be conflict between nurturing yourself and nurturing others around you at this time. I feel like you're trying to find time for both. Because even though you have stepped out of kind of being stuck in these cycles and patterns, I think now you're trying to integrate more of this balance into being able to master the art of giving and receiving to yourself and to others around you. Very interesting reading. Let's see what the overall theme here is for this month. Or not this month, for the first 2 weeks for you. Maybe it's a theme that'll carry through the month. We have feel. Move forward. I can see clearly. And happiness. Yeah. I really do think that, you know, in this energy, I do think you've been observing your feelings, and I do think that you see how you can move forward and how you have moved forward and how to continually progress in moving forward, because I think you're starting to see these cycles very clearly, and I think you're also seeing that not everything has to repeat. Things do not have to repeat themselves. Just because something looks similar doesn't mean that it is. And I think due to that, you're kind of getting in touch with your own personal happiness. And just seeing the happiness around you. And there's wisdom being found in that. With that Magician energy, I think you really are creating this new cycle where you just are going to really understand how to be happy within this new life. Yeah, you're creating stability with yourself and with the life around you. You could also be forgiving things from your past at this time. Whether it's, you know, forgiving yourself with the things that you couldn't change, or feeling like, even forgiving yourself for feeling like you had to. Maybe it's forgiving others. But either way, I think it's really important that you're stepping out of these cycles. But you're stepping out of them with wisdom, because you can see them very clearly. And you can also see that just because something looks the same doesn't mean it is repeating itself. And that you do have the ability to change. Not only yourself, but the way you can dictate the way that this goes. You can create this life. You can create this happiness. There's something very beautiful about that. I think you're going to be feeling very satisfied within these first 2 weeks. Whether it's while you're sitting in your emotions or sitting outside of them and kind of being above yourself and looking at everything, I think you're going to feel really satisfied, because I think there is that essence of taking a deep breath and really seeing that everything's going to be fine. Everything's okay. I really like that for you guys for the first 2 weeks. I think too, maybe with Pluto moving direct, you can kind of remove yourself from that very anxious, over analytical energy and anxiety, and now you can just implement the changes that need to be made instead of thinking about all the changes that need to be made. Or even feeling like you have to make changes. The energy feels more comfortable. All right, Virgo, thank you for joining me. If you liked this reading and it resonated with you, please hit the like button, share, subscribe. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can contact me at delicatetensiontarot@gmail.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at delicatetension for daily collective energies as well as other random things that I post. Once again, please keep in mind that these are general energies. It's not going to resonate with everybody. Please stay tuned, because I will be giving updates on postings for the readings surrounding the full moon energy, as well as the readings surrounding the energy for the 15th of October to the 31st. Thanks for joining in, and I'll see you guys next time.